Misinterpretation of the quote, "Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God's." What does this biblical quote truly signify? Often used in debates about the correlation between religion and government, spirituality, and materialism, its interpretation is frequently misconstrued. Is the common understanding of this quote correct? Or are we overlooking a deeper significance embedded within these words? Typically, this quote is perceived as a directive to distinguish the material world from the spiritual one, suggesting that we should conscientiously carry out our earthly responsibilities while keeping our hearts and minds in tune with the divine. But does this give the complete picture? The narrative of Jesus and the coin from which this quote originates might provide some clarity on this puzzle. This story is not merely about tax payment or segregating the sacred from the secular. It's an insightful parable that goes beyond these rudimentary interpretations. Now let's delve into the backstory of this profound quote. In the core of Roman-occupied Judea, Jesus was posed with a seemingly straightforward question. During a tense period filled with political turbulence, the religious leaders, the Pharisees, were scheming to ensnare Jesus into making a statement they could use against him. They approached Jesus one day with a group of Herodians, loyalists to King Herod and the Roman Empire, carrying a question that seemed innocent but was loaded with ulterior motives. "Teacher," they inquired, "is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not?" The question was a snare. If Jesus agreed, he risked estranging the Jewish people who were oppressed under Roman rule and taxation. If he disagreed, he could be accused of instigating rebellion against Rome, a crime punishable by death. However, Jesus, discerning their ill intent, replied with a wisdom that left them dumbfounded. "Why are you testing me, you hypocrites?" He asked. "Show me the coin for the tax." And when they presented him a denarius, he questioned them, "Whose likeness and inscription is this?" They responded, "Caesar's." Thus, Jesus gave his renowned reply, "Therefore give to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." This response not only dodged the political trap, but it also made a profound statement about the relationship between earthly responsibilities and spiritual duties. The coin bore Caesar's image, indicating that it was his property. But we, as humans, bear the image of God, indicating that we are his. Therefore, while it's our duty to fulfill our earthly obligations, like paying taxes, it's equally crucial to fulfill our spiritual obligations to God. The Pharisees and Herodians were left astounded. They had intended to trap Jesus, but instead found themselves outsmarted by his wisdom and insight. But what was Jesus' true intent behind his response? That's a reflection for us to contemplate. Jesus' reply wasn't merely about tax payment. This is a common misinterpretation, but the profundity of his message extends far beyond the sphere of fiscal responsibility. In a world where the boundaries between the material and spiritual often merge, Jesus' words act as a guiding principle. His statement, "Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's," is a call for equilibrium. It's an appeal to fulfill our civic duties, indeed, but it's also a reminder to stay firm in our spiritual commitments. It's about comprehending our roles as citizens in a society and as children of the divine. The coin bore Caesar's face, symbolizing the material world, the governmental and societal structures we exist within. By acknowledging that certain things belong to Caesar, Jesus was encouraging his followers to respect and comply with the laws and practices of their society. Pay your taxes, follow the rules, contribute to your community. But the second part of his statement, "And to God what is God's," is equally vital. It refers to the spiritual commitments we hold, our faith, our virtues, our love for one another. These are the things that belong to God. It's about fostering our inner selves, our souls, and living out our spiritual truth. So, it's not about separating the material from the spiritual, but about fulfilling our responsibilities in both domains. This profound teaching from Jesus encourages us to lead a balanced life with equal reverence for both our mundane duties and our divine obligations. So, what have we gleaned from this exploration? We've debunked the common misinterpretations of the quote, journeyed through the tale of Jesus and the coin, and illuminated the true essence of the phrase. It's not just about taxes, but a profound reminder to fulfill our earthly responsibilities without neglecting our spiritual obligations. Remember, to give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God's, is about fulfilling our duties in this world as well as in our spiritual journey. So let's stop misinterpreting the quote, Jesus acted with wisdom at the moment he needed to.